Pounders, welcome back. Today we're doing a little midday draft on the Underdog Fantasy. We're going to be hitting the big board, but it's just a little PSA. If you have needed the little that one of your drafts didn't get tossed, it's actually the perfect time to draft those guys that weren't being drafted. 60% fill rate into this contest too. So pretty cool to actually have a few left over. We had one earlier today and we got into that. Today's focus is just going to be advancing. So I might just draft this one as an experiment for advance rates. It's only focus. Going to draft this more like a cash game. Still going to try to correlate when it makes sense. But we're waiting on 10 for the big board. We have a couple bigger boards left. We have 3 bigger boards left, and we have 2 biggest boards left. This contest is, 32% full? And the big board's nearing 50% right now. But I'm really happy with all my exposures. If you guys want to see my exposures on a weekly basis, any tier of the Patreon gets you in there, or I believe the Maxer on YouTube memberships gets you in the Discord channel where I share my exposures weekly, bi-weekly, depending how much I'm drafting. I'll throw those up. You can also see them right here with bestballoverlay.com being on. But if you want the weekly update, it's always nice to see. See where that Najee, the Najee's been climbing. We're at 20%, 26% Najee. We have him at 66. I'm seeing him go as early as the 50s. It seems like that David Montgomery range makes a lot of sense for Najee. I have him ranked right before this range. Not saying that I wouldn't take him over these guys, but you will just get 0 of these 3 if I rank him over them. Might be worth it though. Might be worth it. When we get to high stakes and it's like, go get your guys. If you're in the 12 spot, you're in the 1 spot, like go get your guys. Do you feel more confident with David Montgomery, new OC? Is he going to use David Montgomery more? I don't know. So there's a little risk there. I think that one's actually very close, Najee versus D-Mont. If you're bringing back the old coach, probably lean D-Mont there, but it's close. Feeling shaky about those Cousins exposures. I don't disagree, but is this team just trying to basically? Are they trying to raise the market by saying like, oh yeah, we're not trading him, like we're good with him on the bench? There are teams that are going to need QBs. It's interesting the tactics that they're doing. We'll see by the draft. Like if they don't get something done by the draft, I'd feel even more shaky about it, Taylor. Daytime streams, yeah, we're seeing how these streets look in the midday. In the midday, kids down for a nap said, "Hey, let's pop on. Let's pop on for the boys. Let's pop on for the boys." We're at 2.3 Bijan, but we got him in a biggest board. Must have got him in the biggest board, 250. Waiting on 6. If you guys want to join us, man, these drafts feel slow in the midday. Everyone's working and stuff. What's that? What's up with that? There's gonna be a major update coming to the website as well with the draft tools. If you guys remember last year, how awesome it was to see like the closing line value on all your teams on bestballoverlay.com. Just really cool updates coming. Full website overwork. So shout out to Josh. He's been grinding. I was just looking at one of my completed drafts here. So this is the overlay from that. A little 66% Rice with my Mahomes. And then it's relatively flat for 6 teams. Only 6 Mahomes shares, but I believe one of them's a biggest board, and maybe one's a bigger board too. That'd make sense. That would make sense. It's your highest owned player. Yeah. I mean, it's not. The thought process is good there because You're looking at pure points, right? And in the 20th round, who are you, like, guaranteed to get pure points from? You would think it's gonna be, like, one of those dusty QBs will end up being a good advance rate click. I liked Cousins the best a couple weeks ago until we got the news that, Atlanta's being shaky with what they wanna do with him. Look at this, we get the 7. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Hey, what's up, Drew in the 11 spot? What's up, baby? Drew joining us for a midday. Kids must be down. Drew, do your kids still nap? That's the day that I think they win. When the naps stop, they officially win. I've been banished, yeah. Just put him down, let's go. Let's go. I actually been loving 6, 7. I just insta click Lamb if he's there. Just insta click Lamb. Quickly becoming my favorite draft slot is the 6. You've seen Gibbs getting pushed down a little bit, which I think makes some sense. When you look at the landscape in the second round, especially with Drake London moving up to like 16, 15, you're not getting Gibbs in London anymore. So I do think it makes some sense. You're more so getting like Gibbs and hoping like Ladd or AJ Brown are there, which is also fun, but they're not always there. Fun little start we did from the 12 spot today, just to get people thinking in the crowd. London and CMC, right? You're grabbing 2 people at the middle second round, 1 CMC. I mean, if he hits, doesn't matter if you're drafting at 15 or 13, 16 or whatever his ADP is, and then just pulling up London because typically you're staring at Achane. All those receivers go, you're stuck at 12. And just a fun little different start. A little London CMC going to be very different for the finals, 558 teams. I've done about 80 of these. I haven't seen anyone do it yet. And that's why you come to the stream for the little nugs. This guy's going Lamb, right? Yeah, he goes Lamb. This is the spot where I kind of wanted it to be pretty even in all my expos. Let me just turn this to the big board. I don't have the big board. I have them all. Puka, Nico, Amon-Ra. Let's bring in Puka here. By the end of the big board, I do want these expos to be pretty equal. Let me make a note of this. Josh. Pounders, what's up, dude? How's it going? I'm Tay-Tay in the disco. Oh, what's up, dude? That's right. We were talking about that. We were talking about the London CMC thing. If you guys aren't already in the Discord, links in the description. I'll link in the chat. We got about 500 people plus in there, just active sickos. Best ball talk going on all day and all night. We fill drafts, fill high stakes too. So if you're trying to fill a draft, easiest way, just put it in the currently drafting section. All right. What are we doing with Puka here? Good. We got 50% Staffy with our Puka. Like to see that. After that, Russ, which is interesting. Justin Herbert. Good. That looks pretty good. DJ Giddens, Williams. These are 2 of my highest owned RBs. This is probably a little too high. 35% Kamara, 35% Travion Henderson. Like to flatten out a little bit. Pairing Puka with a little bit of Kyron. Don't hate that. A lot of QJ. Doesn't matter. He's a late round guy. 28.6% AJ Brown. Tight ends are pretty flat, which is nice. Very nice. Bucky's getting pulled down to 14. He's not falling to 35, so it's obviously a different start. Very cool. Monroe goes at 12. Jesus. The gift that keeps giving. The gift that keeps giving. Let me get this text out real quick. Bowers goes. This is London all day. Been getting that London Expo up there. This is probably going to push us to 16%. Been pushing that London Expo up there. He's sneaking up pretty close to the front page. He needs to hit about 20%. Yo, Ben with the wrench. What's up, baby? What's going on, dude? CMC goes at 19. McConkey, AJ Brown, Josh Jacobs. Ben with the wrench will never get old. Nah, man. Nah, man. Look at this, man. We got the mods showing up. They're trying to keep their jobs. Trying to keep their jobs. Keeping them on their toes, too, with a random 2 p.m.er draft. A random 2 p.m.er. Yeah, Ben, don't turn too quick, man. Don't turn too quick. What we want to do, yeah. Today's focus is just advancing. A little back-to-back wide receiver start for the boys. Get back to our roots. Get back to our roots. I really think these QBs here are good for advance rates. Main reason being is, can you outdraft the rest of the room in the mid to late rounds? Can you find those values? Can you find those pieces? That's why I think they can be so strong. Not because they're like the best pick at ADP. It's the advantage it gives you if you're outdrafting the rest of the room in the mid and late rounds. Easy to watch it work. Exactly. We'll give you some entertainment. Oh, a little 3 wide receiver start. It's been a minute. It's been a while. I like this though. I like this though. A lot of openings at QBs. Brees goes to 32. It's a really good spot for Brees too. Not gonna lie. Saw a stat on Justin Fields and in his rate, his check down rate's actually very high, which is good for Brees. It's just, is this team going to be able to stay on the field? Long sustained drives, time of possession. That's like my worry for Brees right now with Justin Fields on the Jets. Allen, Lamar Jackson go back to back. Marv, Mike Evans. Wow, Drew lets Mike Evans slip for Marv. We gotta have a talk. We might have to remove the TB from your name. The snowman in the house. What's up, baby? JD. Brings in Worthy. Flowers gone to the Lamar team. Ooh, nice little trio. I like this for playoffs, right? You get that big week from Derrick Henry. Then the next week, Lamar advances you. Then Zay Flowers in the finals. There it is. I'm between these two. I'm between these two. I'm just tempted to go Hurts here. Just tempted to go Hurts. I don't think James Cook's a bad click, though. I think people are overreacting a little bit. Like, even when you get these touchdowns going up from 16 to 2, like, you're still getting good numbers here. And it's leverage off of Allen. But Hurts, I do think, is a little mispriced. I don't think he should be going in the middle of the fourth. We'll catch up at RB. Tight end, this is most likely. All my teams feel like 3 tight end builds. I feel like maybe 10% of my teams, maybe 15% are 2 tight end builds. Large majority of 3 tight end builds in these 20-round drafts. But as we switch to the 18-round drafts, I'm probably closer to 50%. 40%, 2 tight end builds. Typically, you know the bye weeks, get a little more certainty with the draft, what teams brought in a tight end, and you're saving a roster spot. That's the big advantage. In the 18-round draft, stopping at 2. It's not as big of an advantage stopping at 2 in the 20-round drafts, in my opinion. A Dunze and Tet, nice little double click here. Is this 5 straight? 5 straight receivers for the 1 spot? He would have Chad in his name. Mr. Mufasa, what's up, dude? Finally sending out the Roger towel for the winner of the the NFL playoff bracket, and, yeah, shout out to TD King, Andrew over at Fanspeak, who won that bracket. I think we had about 22 entrants in that. We just put up a Roger towel for fun. And then Zero, our man Zero, hooked us up with the CSV, which helped us, early on for the overlay, sending him a sick little card of his hometown team coach. Ooh. I think Kamara's just a good click here. This is between Kamara and Kittle, though. If we went James Cook instead of Jalen Hurts, I would go Kittle there. Devonta Smith, round 5 is nice, yeah. Bringing Devonta Smith up to 37 with Hurts or in this spot is completely fine as well. It's the only way you're gonna get both of them. It's gonna be a very low-owned stack because they both go in the middle, basically the middle of the 4th, but yeah, Devonta slipped to 51. Pretty sick. That's pretty sick. I've yet to see him fall far enough that you can get Hurts and Devonta Smith over here. I'm sure it's happened once or twice, but if you want it, you typically got to do it here. I don't think it's crazy. Honestly, if you told me you had I still think Barkley's gotta be a 2. If you told me you had JJ at 3 and Lamb at 4, I I would have no gripes about that, honestly. Yeah, have I clicked Chase Brown yet? I have not even clicked Chase Brown yet. I'll adjust after the NFL draft. They don't bring anyone in, like I don't see him rising, so I don't see him rising. Might rise a few picks, but, like, not enough that the risk outweighs the reward. I'm just gonna go Najee here. We're just gonna keep slapping Najee until he gets to this ADP, basically. Cooper, Diggs. I would rather Cup over Diggs for sure. Diggs is interesting. Diggs has some good landing spots. It's just the injury that's more so worrisome for me. I'd rather Keenan Allen over Diggs. 4.5%. I mixed him in when I've needed, like, a wide receiver 5. I see your team Najee over Connor. Yeah, I like James Conner, man. You know that. You know that. But we also know the Chargers wanna run the ball. We also know the Chargers want to run the ball. Nice little run it receiver here. We're hoping to get one back that we like. Hoping, hoping. Ben says Najee's my second most invested RB, and it was all before he signed. That one feels really good. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. We've been in the 20%. I don't mind it going up. I don't mind it going up. Glad Ayuk's gone. Starcadian, Seabucks, Quicksta. These names don't look familiar. Maybe this name looks familiar, but not Tyron Tracy. Good pick. Calvin gone. I like the Ridley click right now too. Aaron Jones is fine. This guy's got to go receiver, right? Oh, good. We might get two guys we like. Might get two guys. I don't mind the Warren click. I actually have to click more Warren. I might go golden here and just get these expos a little closer together. I also have a much heavier investment into Amika. Oh yeah. I got one Najee in the war room. Let me check. My thing was Javante. Like I was near 40% when the news broke. 32%, I believe, when the news broke. Check the war room. Najee at 99. This is a fun team. Get the Garendo rise, and we got Barkley. Sheesh. Fields at 166. I think I reviewed this team the other night. Another Barkley. This one's got Javante. Pacheco at 122. Should be a good advance, right? Here's one of those examples of a 2 tight end team for me. Very rare, though, I'm doing that. This team looks pretty good, too. A-Rich, 2 QBs. I'm fine with it with Lamar. I did it again with Allen. Oof. Looks like I whiffed on Tua there, though. Hate to see that. All right, let's just in time. We'll bring in Josh Downs, wide receiver 5. That's just like pure comfiness right there. Having 5 receivers after the Downs range, pure comfiness. Could have been tickled into Stevenson as well. Definitely could have been tickled into Stevenson. I can't get a Najee share to save my life now. Anytime he gets close, somebody grabs him 10 spots ahead of ADP. That's because he's probably 2 rounds too cheap. 2 rounds too cheap. It'll depend. If they bring in Demont, if they bring in Dobbins, right, for the right money, he probably goes still a little too late, but he wouldn't go up to the mid-60s in my opinion. I would, in that spot, prefer Connor over Najee. But again, the team wants to run, like, he's gonna get his 250 touches. Team brings back Mike Williams. Crazy. He's someone I actually can't get in the late rounds. People love Mike Williams. People love drafting him probably, like, see him going, like, 17th, 18th. People are reaching up for him. It's been rising quick. I personally think the Mike Williams coming back to the Chargers is actually probably good news for Quentin Johnson. Few picks away. Kyler goes at 97. Mahomes went at 86. Bo Nix 85. Nice, Drew. Again, Mahomes at 86. With Worthy. Look at the run at QB. You know this is a naked Caleb too, right? You just can feel it. Yeah, it is. Of course, we're not getting. That's fine. Probably better for us. This guy shouldn't be going RB, and we'll just go one of these 2 guys. Stick to the plan. Advance the team. Stick to the plan. We already have our QB too. We have plenty of other QBs we can hit on, Staffy, Penix. Nice and comfy build here, boys. Nice and comfy, 1350. Nice and comfy. Look at this run at QB, though. Goff, Kyler, Bakey Bake. Those three seem like the best advanced rate pieces in this range. Yeah, there's no way Charbonnet was coming back to us with Drew picking twice. That's really nice for him. Sharps is the third RB. It's pretty sick. Round 20 Dotson. Oh, he almost had a touchdown in the Super Bowl. He almost had a touchdown in the Super Bowl. People were flipping out. Flipping out. And then his knee was down by like a full yard. Was even close. That was about to change. That was about to change so much. So much. All the playoff best ball teams, first touchdown of the game bets. That would have been crazy. Yeah, Al Bugs, we just randomly popped up on this one. Ooh, Kirk would have been nice. However, you're going to give me Pittman here at 114 with downs. Feels pretty good. Colston Loveland also pretty nice in this range. Let's see if we can get him on the way back around, though. 6 receivers. Whoa, it's the earliest I've seen Mason go, and this guy's got a 1.522. What does he know? What does he know? He could probably use bestballoverlay.com promo code Pounders, all caps, 24%. Holy smokes, 115, dude. Spicy. Herbert's price seems right in this range. Is this guy just all right? He paired him with Lad. We'll give him that. Dak. Been pairing Dak with a lot of Tet, Golden, Amika. Just trying to grab those projected first round receivers with Dak. Try to hit on some lucky correlation. Dude, I got Albugs bad on auto draft yesterday. I got him bad. I'm sorry. I was changing a dipe, man. I got him bad. Oh god. Burrow at like 68. He had T Higgs. But we were like 5 picks away. Someone was probably gonna grab him. I come back to the draft and I have to recover from a double elite QB build. Yeah, this is a good spot. I'm hoping one of these 2 come back to us. Hoping one of these 2 come back to us. This guy's got 2 tight ends. This guy's got 2 tight ends. This guy's probably going Colts. Okay, so we're guaranteed one of these. Pretty happy with going Pittman there at 114 now. Pretty happy with that. Look at that. The delay on Underdog's been bad lately, boys. This guy's got 3 seconds. 2, 1. Diggs auto? Is this guy an auto? I don't think so. Diggs was next best available for ADP. I probably should mix Evan Ingram in there ahead of Loveland. I don't think Ingram's really done moving. And we could have a triple stack in Indy right now if Loveland ends up in Indy. Jesus. All 3 of them going to get outscored by JT. Kincaid goes at 130. Stroud at 128. Look at this run. Would have been nice to get this has got to be Penix here, right? Going Pitts and Penix. No, he's got two QBs. He's just up on Pitts, I guess. That's like 15 spots ahead of ADP. Yeah, Laramie Tunsil leaving Houston's not not awesome for Stroud, for Mixon. Tua off, Spears off. Is this where we just bring in Penix? Is there a little more worry about Penix with the team keeping Cousins potentially? I'm gonna go Goddard here. Let's go Goddard. Yeah, so big. So big. Just need that Daniel Jones round. I can't click Daniel Jones. Oh god, I just can't. I can't. It's tough. He's gonna play games. You just don't know which ones. Grendel 133 seems aggressive. Super, super, super aggressive. This guy's just going and getting his guys though. I'm cool with it. Do you? I have Garendo at 147. Yeah, Cousins was trash. Cousins was trash. But Drew, I'd feel more comfortable drafting Penix if Cousins wasn't there though. If anything, with Cousins staying, if he does stay in Atlanta after the NFL draft, we'll know more. If he does stay, that at least gives maybe not Kyle Pitts because Cousins, Pitts were not connected. But London, Bijan, Mooney gives them some nice backups. Dude, James Higgins just never goes at ADP, huh? Where do we have him? Man, we have to boost him up again. He just went in the 140s again. That's about 3 times today. Ha. Cousins apparently had a shoulder injury when he started sucking. Just gotta wait and see. San Fran, they gotta bring in someone at RB. It's gonna depend on what round they use a pick on. So if Penix came back to 151, like play ball, but I like Fergie here 142 as well. Tootin goes. Yeah, some of these Staffy goes at 146. Like, why, bro? Because Kyron? Just doing that Kyron Staffy. It is a good ADP for all right. I'm just going T Law. Like, fuck it. We got 2% T Law. We're getting him 20 picks after ADP. We got ETN, little mini correlation. Maybe get Loveland going to Jacksonville. It's probably not, but then maybe we bring in Strange. That's that's too much of a discount. That is way too much of a discount. Would have preferred Staffy with Puka, but we'll take it. We will take it. It's actually it's a little easier to backstack Burrow with Jaceki and Yoshivas, but I agree. Burrow's ADP's a little pricey. It's a little pricey if you don't have the stack, like this guy. This room's been wild. I'm actually happy we went Jalen Hurts. Yeah. Dude, Tim Patrick, I think's a sneaky one, returning back to Detroit. RJ Harvey gone at 155, Javonte Williams at 153. Would have liked one of those guys, but let's see what comes back to us. We're sitting with a 2-3-6-2. Very comfortable at receiver. If we had to go like last 2 rounds receiver, I'd be fine with that. We're obviously need to catch up at RB a little bit. Giddens gone. Slayton's still fine, man. It's not as bad as you think. Until you find out who the QB is, it's not a terrible, terrible pick. It's not like you're gonna get some crazy ceiling out of him where, next year he's gonna go at pick 110. But if you need someone, get you a couple spike weeks, who says no? Yeah, Bri, you missed it. It's over. It's over, it's gone. Mm, let's bring up Samson here. He's been getting some buzz. He's been getting a lot of buzz. Give him 10 picks after ADP. Mason gotta go soon, bro. Mason went at like 115. Mason went at 115. What if Turpin is what you need? Then I lose. I just lose, Bugs. I'll eat the L. I will eat the L. Yeah, but Jerry Judy had dude, the swings of Judy were crazy last year too. The swings of Judy were crazy last year. At the end, when he started smashing, like there was no Amari Cooper. Cedric Tillman was out with the concussion. Like he was the only one on the field. How many QBs played last year in Cleveland? Oh God. The Pats, I they're just gonna bring in Keenan Allen. For whatever reason, I feel like he's signing in New England. Why Mason so early? I don't know. People are tweeting out advanced analytics about Minnesota's run to the outside percent and comparing it to Aaron Jones's stats. It's getting weird. It's getting weird. The data bros are digging. Dude, when are we getting rookies and sophomores? I feel like the boys are ready for rookies and sophomores right now. The boys are ready, like big time. If you guys just joined me, go down, slap the like on the live stream. We're at 18 likes. If you guys enjoy the content, jump on the YouTube machine, hit the subscribe button, help us get to 3K. That is the goal this year. Devin Neal at 172. The slide's real. The slide is real. Rohan is going nuts looking at data. It's fun. Pat Fry at 173. And we're sitting here with a couple wide receivers we like. Also wouldn't mind something like Corum. Where's the Strange? Where's Strange going? I don't even like have him on my board. 183. If we want him, I like Wicks here. I like Alec. I like both of these guys. Let's go Wicks first. If we miss Strange, we miss Strange. Like I'm not too worried about it. I do think we queue up some of these RBs though. We might have boxed ourselves, or we have to go RB now. I lost 4 rounds of value on Neil Moso and RB. I was never really like truly impressed by his tape. He's just got like that grinder mentality. It's not that big a deal though. Doesn't mean he can't smash, and if he smashes and you paid round 12 for him versus 15, like it doesn't matter. BBOC, what's up, baby? Love the Jones slip. Up to 25% Troy Franklin. Man, I don't know if I could do that. You are more of a man than I. I don't know if I could do that. Turbo in the house. What's up, dude? I don't know if I could do that. Denver's got to be. I mean, they just brought in Evan Ingram. So a lot of people thought they were going tight end in the first round, which would have made a lot of sense. I don't think they do that now with Evan Ingram. They need another receiver if they want to be serious. Strange is a good pick here, but I think we need one of these RBs. I'd prefer Braylon Allen here. Fuck us. Play ball. We're just going to lean into these 3. Stopping at 2 QBs. Got good value on T-Law. Have a nice little double now with Jacksonville. Is the Goddard hysteria, has it died down yet? Like, he's still slipping a little bit, but I feel like people think like if he gets traded, he's going to end up in the worst team possible. But did they sign him yet? Let me look up contracts. See, they signed Granson. If he ends up on the Colts, that would suck. That's one spot that you don't want your like highest owned rookie tight end to land. You don't want them on the Colts. You don't want them on the Colts. Get ready for DK drafts, everyone. Oh, can the New York crowd, they can still draft on DK? Because that'd be really nice for you guys. Green Bean, what's up, man? Yeah, we got the lunch crowd out now. The 245 Mai Tai crowd. Let's have a peek. Very, very low on with my T-Law exposure. Only 3 teams. Got a shit. I got 2 Kirk teams, which makes sense. That's funny. DK drafts open bug. Yeah, let us know. You know, round 20 slane's not bad. Like, we'll see who the QB is in New York, but even if it's a shit QB, like, you're still going to get, what, 2 spike weeks? You're just, the upside is not there, where Drew's looking for that guy that can get him 6 spike weeks, right? have a little more upside. It does feel capped. It does feel capped. Tammy Martinez, welcome to the team. Drew is drooling right now. I know exactly who he's staring at. We'll give him a chance, Adam. We'll give him a chance. If it's Russ, pack your bags, y'all. I agree. Russ has a pretty good deep ball. I mean, there's just not a ton of options in New York, too. Oh, Drew is drooling right now at 203. Drooling. So we're done at tight end. We're done at QB. Danny Dimes, huh? Yeah, Royals. He's so happy. He's so happy. Royals on the right team. Could be a lot of fun. A lot of team could use a guy like Royals. Buffalo could use a guy like Royals. They really need someone to spread the field efficiently, effectively. Yeah, Puka was around 20 guy. Rice was super late. Rice was super, super late the year we were in on him. First game he scored a touchdown. Like, they just brought him on so slow, KC. I'm not saying Slayton is Puka. I hope not. I hope not. Oof. Let's bring in another Jag, because why not? See, we backstacked this T-Law 151 pretty nicely. We backstacked it pretty nicely. While not really giving up too much, too. Like, this is still a very good wide receiver room, in my opinion. 8 receivers. Got a little value on Pittman. Got a little value on Wicks, but full round. 3 tight ends, our 2 QBs, and we have 2 picks left, boys. 2783. Most likely, which is fun. I want to be clicking RB in this range. May to Royals. Dude, it was supposed to be May to Baker. It was supposed to be May to Javon Baker. Back is Puka. Patriots could use Royals or anyone. Dude, Patriots could use anyone. That is extremely correct. That is extremely correct. Brashad Smith off the board. The big board. The big board. So excited for rookies and sophomores, though. Gainwell's not a bad click, boys. Gainwell's not a bad click at all. Coming from me, that says a lot because I'm like I'm the anti-Gainwell. Wouldn't mind like Antonio Gibson for this team. Have 3 rookies. It's going to depend if New England brings an RB and then what draft pick is the RB. But new coaching all around, you got to think that they start using them a little more on these obvious passing downs. Still pretty young, right? Antonio Gibson. $26. I thought he was $25. $26. If you want the rookie Antonio Gibson, that's that's like Woody Marks. It's interesting though. We'll see what New England does. Dude, I 100%. We could be friends. We could be friends. We ripping 2 in this lunch hour? Oh! Oh. Today. This was, like, one of the not I wouldn't say easier drafts, but we didn't have a lot of pounders in this room, which was nice. If you guys snuck in here with us, we're gonna be reviewing the teams after. Let me know where you guys drafted from, and, we'll peek your team. We'll peek the squad. I think Antonio Gibson makes a lot of sense for this team. Congrats on the W, Drew, because he drafted Fannin. Hopefully Fannin gets a good landing spot. I'm not gonna be under. I won't be under 8%, that's for sure, but I'm definitely not as high on him as Ben is. Second draft incoming. I gotta the kiddo's gonna wake up any minute. Otherwise, I would. Pat with no kids would rip 4 drafts. Pat with 1 kid would rip 2 drafts. Pat with 2 kids. It's we're down to 1. We're down to 1 now. Noah Brown. I actually like the Noah Brown click. Haven't seen a ton of people doing it, but, like who scores more fantasy points, Noah Brown or Slayton this year? Let me know in the chat. Noah Brown or Slayton? That's 73 big boards, 74? 74 big boards. Little boards all done. War room. We're already nearing. We're at 130 drafts. Slayton. Need more of these lunch hour drafts? Yeah. I'm going to be doing a ton more lunch hour drafts. Once that FMLA is fully gone, we're going to be ripping probably 3 days a week during the lunch hour, and then the weekends will be my late night beers and best ball. All right, let's have a peek. Let me know where you guys drafted from. If you guys snuck in there with us, you guys are going full rogue in the chat. Expose who you are. Do it now. Mahomes, Tua, and Sanders for Drew. Nice little 9 pick drop on Mahomes. Bucky pulls him up to 14 to pair with Neighbors. Nice little completely unique combo there. But Bucky, Pollard, Charbonnet, RJ Harvey, DJ Giddens, and Elijah Mitchell. I like it. Pairs it with Mahomes. I like the Elijah Mitchell a lot. The pick a lot better before they re-signed Hunt. I mean, Hunt was dusty. If Elijah Mitchell can stay healthy, that's going to be the biggest question. I would think he would take over that 2 spot. He's just not the pass catching type, so could see a 3-headed backfield there. Neighbors, Marv, Worthy, Olave, Waddle. Nice little 5 receivers by Waddle. Hey, are you catching up? Are you catching up on the percent here, Drew? You said you weren't in on this guy. Royals, we know that's your man. And Restrepo at 206. Nice little value on Royals too. What's happening? Njoku, Evan Ingram. I like this group. Nice balanced team by Drewski here. 4 more for a biggest. Ooh. Oh my. I want to. Chat in the house. What's up, dude? Restart from the beginning. Little midday stream love. Ooh, if you guys enjoy these, hit the like button. Let me know in the comments. We'll do more of these. I don't think anyone else was in here with us. That's crazy. It was just us 2. 2783. Definitely not our most common build, but little 19 pick drop on T-Law. Kamara, Najee, ETN, 3 RBs by ETN, Sharps range is that's what we're doing the majority of the time. On Sampson, Damian Martinez, Jarquez Hunter, and Antonio Gibson. Puka, Drake London, DJ Moore, Matthew Golden, Downs, Pittman, Wicks, and Diami Brown, Loveland, Goddard, and Strange. Not gonna be super overweight on Strange because I think there's a chance they bring in a tight end, like, they even if, like, Gunnar Helm was a Jacksonville, someone Mason Taylor, someone to challenge him for snaps. I'm not overly confident it's just gonna be Brian Strange, even though, we all heard what that dude said at the press conference. 3 more for a biggest. You guys are sick. You guys are trying to get me in trouble. How many do I have? I only have 2 left. I have to clickbait everyone though. Like, I have to clickbait, you know? Like, this has to be YouTube thumbnail, YouTube title, clickbait. I gotta sit this one out. But you guys enjoy. Let me know if you guys drafting this. Let me see the teams afterwards in Discord because I'm super, super curious how these teams turn out. Usually these rooms are a little tougher. And also what I've noticed is if you're drafting the biggest board at night, you're more likely to have one team that's just like completely on auto draft. During the day, and this is a micro edge, small edge. It's not a micro edge. You get one team to auto draft out of 12. That's pretty nice. But I've noticed at night there's usually at least one. So click it back. Come on. You guys are sick. I appreciate you guys coming out. A little lunch draft, a little pop up impromptu stream. Appreciate you guys. You guys enjoy. Drop a like on the way out. And I'll look into that. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, it was happening yesterday too, or 2 days ago. So I'll check that out. Appreciate you guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Pounders.